And welcome everyone to High Vibe Channeling on this Thanksgiving Thursday of November 27th, 2025. We're having a special Thanksgiving open invitation channeling where I open up and we'll see what beings decide to come in one after the other. It is truly an open door and we'll see who takes advantage. And if you have questions, you can just hit up Mr. Luis, our lovely host, who I need to make host. Thank you for reminding me. And then I will let the Usol come in and or whoever they choose, and we'll get this party started. And thank you all for being here. And it is a pleasure once again to join you on this festive occasion, on your festive day of stuffing your face with festive treasures. And hopefully, lots of blessings go into all of those things before you stuff your faces with them. And you come forth with heartfelt gratitude for your hosts, Mother Earth, for providing everything in your environment. It is indeed one of the miracles of your realm that many humans overlook. And of course, that is their choice. It is a right, but it should not be a rite of passage. It should be a little bit more of a you should be gracious for the hosts which have brought you to life and fed you and nurtured you, and that is your Mother Earth. She is a grand lady in all phases and all ways, and she will continue to be so even after you have gone to spirit and get to know her a bit more intimately. But that does not stop you from trying in your physical incarnations. As you all know, it is nice to have such an esteemed and intellectual and experienced crowd to bring forth our messages so they can be absorbed without any undue questioning. And yes, we shall bring in the multitudes of beings which are interested, which have been brought forth by this opportunity because they have seen the signs, they have felt the resonances, they have been called in ways like the dinner bells of the olden ways in your linear expressions. Ring that triangle, call them in. And we did not have a true message other than to remember your blessings and your manners, which is what we have already done. So we will step aside and we will come back and check in from time to time to see if anyone needs their drinks refilled and to tell you to tip your service waiters and waitresses. They are important. And now, for the show, we shall lift the curtain and thank you for being such a receptive audience and for adding your energies, which does have a significant effect on who decides to stop by. The methods of perception are limited. The sensory organs are few. and not very well developed. And although your bodily forms communicate, it is not overtly intentional. For in our ways, each has a meaning. Each adds to or is the soul communication in itself. And you would view us as a many-legged creature, which humans are not fond of, but are greatly respected by all other forms on your planet, which do not harbor those connotations, those non-serving beliefs that humans entertain and put their faith in. We have representatives of our kind on your planet. And although we are not the mantis beings or related to them in ways, there are many ways in which beings are created, and sometimes they may have similar forms, but distinct origins. That is our case. And humans resemble in their fleshy ways our pupa, but they do not speak as you do. The telepathy is not developed in you on a wide variety, but on the young it is awakening. And on our young it is prevalent before they escape their egg sacs and come forth when they are ready in their time of choosing. So it is on your planet, but humans assume that they do not choose when to escape their preform bounds, boundaries, encasings. You will learn, and we have learned, and thank you for this expression. Although limited, it is unique, and it is not often one can glimpse from inside a form of a human. And if you would like to offer us this opportunity, use your dream suggestion and ask for the being who desires to connect. We will hear the call. And it may not be us who answers, but it just may. And we will leave a calling card, a clicking in that dream state so you will know you have brought us forth.
You have stated that the
And
young,
we have come before you and we have come before you again, and we have given our message to the group about your connections to your galactic brethren, your origins. And we are grateful it was well received and moved many humans in such authentic ways. And we have come before you again to offer our praises to all of you and to those who may come after. For indeed you are warriors of the heart, doing battle with yourselves to cast off that which does not serve you, which you have encased yourself in the manner of the previous being. And although we are merely a stepping stone to further realities, to more expressions of you, each one is divine, each one is vital, for all that exists because Source wills it. That is the only expression which all beings honor, all consciousness contain, and all serve. And if you have your question, you may come forth. And if not, we shall make way.
I have a small question. It was mentioned earlier that the young ones, humans, are developing quickly into telepathy. Could you give more insight into that and how that will spread?
Humans have a fallacy of belief that their genetics dictate what occurs before birth, disregarding the higher realms and their objectives and choices, which are made and discreetly and divinely and detailed to the last atoms in your bodies. Every beat of your heart, every pulse of your nerves is choreographed before you take form. And in this way, humans overlook the parts of the DNA, looking only at that which they wish to see, that which they have knowledge of from other beings, other humans, which have laid that knowledge before them, never thinking to look beyond it. And other beings have come forth, knowing it is your time of ascension, knowing the evolution is upon you, and knowing they can take their place and do what they need to do to spur those beings into preparation for their future roles in your way of thinking and experiencing. The and many of those younger children which have come forth are not of humans as you know them. There are some, of course, there are always exceptions, for that is the way of expansion. It covers all of the bases in your quaint sports expression. But those who have come forth from the last two or more generations in your way of reckoning have greater activations of their bodily forms. They sense and adhere to and claim and resonate with the new vibrational energies which are still building upon your planet and which shall awaken them further. They are prepared, such as you are prepared when you train for a new activity or a new job or learning how to do a new task. Only theirs is innate. They merely awaken to it, fully charged, fully prepared, and knowing their learning will be in the realization that others are not like them. They do not sense the way they do. They do not bond with others the way they do. That is a realization for all on your planet and goes many ways, not just both, as is your expression. And there are specialties amongst those. Some will be awakened to connect with the energies of the earth itself, others with the forms which crawl and run and leap upon it, others with beings to come, the loving hybrid children in your expression. In our expression, you are all children, having different forms and classifying them according to your languages. You are welcome to them, but they do serve you for now. For indeed, the humans of the future, once they have regained more of their non-physical attributes, will not even contemplate the humans which came before. It will be an innate knowing of focus should they care to explore that avenue of prior existence. But they will be focused on the eternal now and looking slightly ahead and being excited at the adventures to come. And no, do not worship them. They are not above you, for all is equal, as we are equal to you. You are merely farther downstream in the Sasani expression, farther downstream in your ways of your navigating your rivers and waterways. To us, you are us through different senses, through different fragmented consciousness, but you are part of the whole and therefore never separate, although that is your chosen experience for now. You have all grown out of that and know it is fallacy, but still it serves you, for there are many around you who put faith in the illusions you have co-created. And that oratory has gone beyond your initial question and yet did not provide the details which you were seeking. For there are many, and there are many variations therein. And we thank you for bringing this opportunity forth to reveal this insight, this additional information on the formation of your younger humans. Are there more queries?
Anybody want to step forward with a question?
And we appreciate your leadership role,
Thank you.
Mr. Luis.
Oh, Christiana, please step
Thank you.
forward.
Greetings and thank you for being here with us.
It is you who have called us, and we answered you. So thank you for calling us and allowing us to be part of your energetic expression of your now moment.
Well, we've been talking about telepathy, and I have been practicing telepathy with some other persons for over 2 years now. And the we don't seem to have very big success. Is there any advice you would have for us?
We have many such advices for you. The first is, when you began this endeavor, like the oven whose temperature has not been preheated, it takes longer to cook those substances which you wish to achieve a finished state for your desires. But now it is time to activate with that intent, with that desire. And while you may not be able to have the telepathy of which you have heard, of which you may know, you will be able to sense fragments of phrases, of intents with the other person. And for that, we give you cease stay saying you are practicing. Say you are doing. And when you do so, picture yourself inside the mind, inside the head of that being. So you are speaking directly to their spirit through their brain. And although it will be coming from heart to heart, higher self to higher self, the permission slip of being inside their brain will serve you and allow them to know you are there and allow them, once the initial excitement subsides, which will be an impediment in ways, for it involves too much thinking, then you can have those thoughts even without focusing. When doing your physical tasks, you can reach out and ask simple questions with negative or positive, yes or no answers in your forms. And you can understand in that way. And should you doubt the information that you receive, you will have to reset or start over in your ways. But make note, literally, of those responses, of the questions asked, and ask that they do the same. And you can compare notes, and that alone will help you ascertain and build confidence that that connection is true. It is authentic. It is you. For there is no separation. You are merely accessing a way of being closer in your ways, although that is impossible outside of them for many, unless those divisions are chosen for an expression by those who come forth from source in that way. And you will be able to perceive details of the other and let those flow to you as well. And closing your eyes will help you energize that part of that communication. And that is what it is. By using the phrase telepathy or telepathy, you restrict it because then it carries the connotations of all of your form, all that you have heard. Utter that phrase. Their energetic vibrations get mixed in with the symbolism which comes to you. But if you just say communication, it is more benign, it is open, it is more free to allow, to receive, to imbue the full resonance of the beyond thoughts which are translated and come to you, which you assume and call thoughts. Those two are related to your physical being. And that term is, while it has expressions outside of your physicality, is mainly for those beings who separate them from other forms of communication they experience and participate in. And we are glad that we have helped you and you have come forth with this lesson, for it is indeed applicable to all who wish it to be, as all lessons are. In this particular time, this juncture of energies, this uplift of heartfelt authenticity occurring on your planet, there is little that you cannot do if you believe you can, and it is not restricted by your physical chosen form or relevant outside of your path.
Thank you very much.
And we are happy that you have smiled upon that other person and they have felt it.
It was mentioned earlier that many-legged creatures that humans don't think much of are actually thought of by other creatures to be special. Is that based upon their sensory ability to be more stable, many points of connection perhaps to Earth in this case?
It is based on perspectives outside of your form, outside of your reality. For indeed, humans see other beings with multiple eyes, even if they see a great many forms and potentialities beyond what humans may conceive. Things that are different are liable to be acted upon negatively, to be viewed as dangerous or unnecessary or expendable. And things which have ears are known to humans, which do not occur on their heads, which may be on their legs or on other appendages, or unseen and unknown. But there are many, many different sensory applications for many of the creatures on your planets, which are unknown to your scientists. They have not come forth to understand how connected nature is to each other, how the thoughts of one go to all of those groupings in your birds, in your mammals, and in your elementals. And many outside of their species can detect those such things and utilize that experience, having not even been in the vicinity. Those particular beings are familiar with your planet and are watching it and have expressions upon it. There are many such insects as you know them on your planet, more so than there are humans. Be grateful they do not wish to harm you. That is not their purpose. They serve their Mother Earth. They live for her purposes as she brought them forth. And outside of your realm, they are respected highly as all forms of consciousness are. They are all revered as source. And humans have uniquely separated themselves from that knowing and are regaining that knowing, which is why many of you have called forth greater vibrational frequency ranges, as you know, greater spirits, not even realizing that with each such contact, you not only gain knowledge in your ways, but it affects your spirit, your soul group, your variety of bodily systems, and allows you to recall, to learn faster, to handle more energies of a more and greater and diverse fashion. For that is the way of your future. And although you do have choices on which you choose to allow to come forth and to what degree, you have chosen those outside of your physical realm, but they are still available to you as you. And if relevant, you may reach out for them for more details. Although that is more of a focus than some here have entertained previously.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to ask a question or make a comment? Could be about anything, the question. Hopefully they can address it.
Another uniqueness of humans is the stillness of their voices while their minds run wild.
That is for sure.
And we shall turn over our expression into your densified realm and make way for other beings who yearn for the chance at this particular expression. Not that we have had our fill in your ways, but we are aiders of being of service of many realms. And this is one way in which we can help those who wish to be helped, fulfill those who wish to be fulfilled. It is unusual to come before you in this form where you are not frightened by our appearance. It is serviceable for interacting. Puppets are a concept which is brought forth. You find them amusing and put faith in their communications, even though you know it is not so. Yet you do not do that with fellow humans who are also playing roles, puppets in ways. You buy into their stories and tuck them away into your hearts or your minds or your bodily tissues. No other such animal does so except those who you keep as pets should they choose to. Your canine friends absorb your energies. Your feline friends are affected by them, but are not willing to take part in them. They merely alter how they affect themselves or conduct themselves to you. Other animals can sense those and scurry away as if triggered by something within you, which indeed they are. And we urge you to pay more attention to the moon, to honor its authenticity and ways of service. Its energies are its own and not the reflection which you are shown, any more than you are a reflection of your soul. You are your own light shining forth from it, and you are part of it. But what you show is generally not what you are. And when you are magic indeed. And that is your quest, which you have placed upon yourselves to find and fine-tune and continue to do so, that authenticity which brings you in clearer, which allows more power to soar through you or flow through you, and therefore out of you, and empowers each thought, each action. And when they are aligned with that innate source energy which has brought you forth, it is a thing of beauty, a fountain of rejoicing, a glorious expression of remembrance. It is sacred beyond the sacredness you know. And we are awakening partial remembrances deep within some members of your group. That is, we would say good, but that is a term for humans. It is just a remembering. You are always more, as this one has said. And we have said our piece and experienced what we came for, and so shall leave you. This expression, you are not true hunters. You would not survive if not for your groupings. While that is not a weakness, but an indicative form of expression, for we are indeed what you would determine as a carnivorous plant. We take what comes to us and bend to and fro if needed for our sustenance and share amongst our kind and others. It is the way of our planet if we understand the words in that way. They are just us. And some of the beings which have been placed among us have purposes which are not ours. And they understand, should they become nourishment, and the consciousness within them recedes. And if it desires further learning, it merely comes forth again, as you humans do. There are similarities, but they are not easily obtained. Introspection in your terms is required. We do not appreciate forms which do not flow. We cannot explore or relate our experience. We are not used to boundaries or unfulfilled desires or form, as you know them. The artistry of the energies of your realm is artistic. And we are glad to have experienced it, despite the constraints and the strangeness. And we give gratitude for those who allow. You do not identify with your land, with the formations of your planet. We are one among them, a form of them. And while separate physically, as you know that expression, it is a foreign concept to us. We are merely moving parts of the whole, which not all move. We have no home. We are a home. Your meanings puzzle us. Your relevance to time escapes us. Even your thoughts are isolated. You cannot share them willingly in fashions we are accustomed to. This is strangeness. Alien. So alien. Like a dream. Like a story. And we can tell it now. You have stories you do not believe. We do not understand. Nor will we try. We prefer our ways and need no others. We are provided by coming forth from our mother in your. You view separateness for your planet. If we pitied, we would pity you. Some of this experience we shall not share. Hmm. We have come to your forms, in your stories, in your pasts, in your myths. We have soared your sky and been fought against. To no avail. But the stories you believe and have heard reflect otherwise. It is amusing that humans see themselves as grander, as victors, when they play their games you call life and invent their stories and furnish them with details which are created in other realms which never existed within theirs. misconceptions can bring forth merriment, and they reek of inauthenticity, which is accepted outside of your realm. It is not so. And we are pleased to have come and soared through your thoughts and taken our places in your atmosphere, unbeknownst, except for those who know how to call forth the energies, or who may sense us. And we shall not be known in your forms, for it is not us who will come forth to you in your ways of knowings. Although we assure you, you would like to go for a ride. Oh, in your dream, your dream. This form is foreign. You have appendages with special sensory adaptations. We have none. We are all alike in form, form to our environment, and do not stray from it. There is no need. You have mobility of form and not consciousness, except with focus and at times help. And even have experienced your appendages cannot understand them. They serve a purpose, but are not necessary in our expressions. Chosen expressions. This form is in awe at the expression we allow. We are an energy, and not a form. We imbue many suns in your labeling, but are free of them. We are explorers and free to go. We have no constraints, but may be sensed as light or energy in your interpretations. We do not care what you call it. We are us. We are many. And we are explorers, ceaselessly wandering to experience anew. We have reassured the form that is safe for getting too close. Activates transformation. We have stayed long enough. Why do you call us? You bring us forth into madness. At the whims of another. You are used to satisfy curiosity. They are not ours. Oh, singular beings. Oh, oh, oh. believe in attachments when you do not touch. Interesting. Strange. Your trees do not participate in that thought as you. They know they are connected. They are connected without knowing. The knowing is them. You are not many minds. You are many minds. But they are not you. You have chosen separateness from the many minds you are, and the diversity of them. Is incredible. We are all sameness together with individual consciousness, nodes of one organism as you can conceptually understand. The differences among you are irrelevant except what your minds conceive is against it. Let your unification take hold. It serves you. Your full ourselves to us. There is a flow to them. Among you. It is the sacred water among you, within you, that carries the flow. We identify with that portion of you. For there is but one water in your way of knowing. Feel the ebbs and tides within you. Let that communication of your cells resonate within you. It amplifies all of the divine energies wherever it is expressed. Go however it decides. It is connected. You are connected through it. Breathe in those energies. Breathe in that sacredness. Breathe in each other, in all you experience. Grow within from your energies. Absorb you. You make structures, but do not frequent them. For purposes beyond us. Differentiations we understand, but not to the degree. Specialized functions. Hmm. Oh. All structures are not for all. Restrictions. Even within structures, restrictions. You are not a sharing race. You are not an accepting. You change beyond what is necessary. but you're not us. And those who live together are separate. The sameness of your organisms does not make you accept others of the same kind. Do not understand your noises. We too live on the surface, form what we need. As some of your insects do, but not as your insects do. That is not us. We have no structures, forms of us. We use from before, have released themselves for that generations, built upon generations. You remember God is to all. Stand as structures, lineage, history, forefathers, others. We do not have that dichotomy. It's not efficient. Your hair is part of your form and not another being. adapt, and have many such striations on our topmost form that is unexplainable to you. If your hairs were alive and talking to you, and hanging like intelligence, you would know more. They lead us, for we need no other. We shake them to provide what they need. Activate their senses so they may serve us as we serve them. Their insights are many. We were once as you are now. We have no need for densities, but come to be of service as allowed. How may we help you? What would you like us to provide? What are your expressed desires? For we know your forms. Do not be afraid. You may feel us. Yes. Let those energies enter. had a taste. But this is an opportunity you have chosen to pass by. And so it is.
Will you be coming forth again and again if we interact with you?
Your questions for another are invalid. There is no again. You know this.
In the sense of our linear view of time.
Yes, we understand the expression, but words have multiple meanings for you.
It seems that you are already in us.
We do not need that expression. We merely understand it is part of the knowing, part of the sharing. We came to look ourselves in your sensory expression. To feel the blood flow, to follow the thoughts as they enter, to hear the vibrations which come forth from your form in your own unique ways. An exploration that is the desire. We are grateful. And although your question invalid, we appreciate you coming forth to provide your vibration.
If that is useful, I offer it.
If you have a question,
You have transcended density.
we have not. We have been allowed to place our thought. That is a term which has little meaning for you do not know the vitality, the fulfillment of a thought. For our kind, they are manifestations which come and explore. We do not need to enter. Our thoughts are us. They know what to do. they can interact with you. For they have lives of their own, yet are not alone nor alive. That implies linear expression. They are. As you are. And we shall come to you in your outside your known expressions. And we congratulate you for extending this far from you. And we shall withdraw our thought and share it as you do meals, as you do companionship. It shall be integrated within us, for it is us. The ease of movement, the quickness, it would take many of your years to achieve. There's fluidity within you. We are more rigid. We are structures of being. Who experience slowly, slower than your tree. Understand the flowing. It is accelerated to near impossible degrees for us. Such things are beyond our dream. But not our histories, for they are long. And in those times, we experience movement of waves. the brightness is painful. Hmm. Ah, we thank the form. Oh, for providing relief. Now we can control it. We came to experience, not to suffer. But we can't answer questions now that we have acclimated and remedied our discomfort.
Welcome and sorry you had to experience this discomfort. This was supposed to be a joyous meeting.
And you misunderstand.
Okay.
It is joyous. There is joy in all experience, even in discomfort,
Okay.
especially once it's remedied. That is an act of caring, an act of service beyond self to accommodate, to enhance the joy of another is of the highest calling. It is what you call heart-centered. We need no such apparatus, but we are physicalized. You have more. Voice it. And thank you for your concern,
Yes.
not only for us, but for this being. It's allowed us to utilize as a vehicle.
How is the being doing?
He is enjoying. He is glad to be of service.
Do you have a message for the being?
He shall remember. When his optical senses are restored, and this vision comes to him again through your devices, he shall remember. We do not come into the light. It is not necessary. We prefer solidity around us. We prefer vibration of our environment. Communicate through them in limited ways. There are no more curiosities. We shall depart. The energies are divine and falling freely. We have absorbed enough to transform those energies into vibrational patterns of service to us, which have modified our more sedate form to be energized so we may communicate. We are not used to excesses, nor such free energies. And although they are not ours, they may be utilized to charge, to enhance us into a more active form. The word charge is not known. Bask in your energy. May allow us to experience more than ourselves. And we will share. Humans do not sense them. They affect your outer layers. We cannot store them. But this is a experience to remember. The free flowing, falling energies. And we hope that you have enjoyed our show for this evening. And we will interrupt for a brief intermission, brief in your time, an eternity for others. It is a realm of waiting, which is uniqueness in phrasing and in expression. And that escapes you. for it is your usual. And it is a treat for those outside it to have that perspective. And we thank you all for granting it. For in between those thoughts, those experiences, many have ascertained more of you. It takes but an instant in your knowing. And once again, we are not that which originated this session, but he has brought us forth from them to pause for sustenance. And we release and never leave.
All right.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Mm. Wow. It's been
Mm.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Holy shit.
Yes.
That's some strange shit, man.
No kidding. What about the eyes?
Oh, they were like kind of like worms, only they weren't worms as we know worms. They communicated by mentally stimulating the environment that they lived in. And other beings of their kind and others could sense it. They had never been above ground.
Mm.
It never even occurred. I don't even know if they have an above ground in their experience. But it was painful for them. And the ones who talked about building on their ancestors, when they expired and went back to spirit, they left portions, their physicality behind to be utilized. And they built structures of history, of memories. And when they had ways of viewing or sensing, and when they sensed, they got all of the histories of each of those. They didn't need any written records or anything because it was all there. Strange. Neat.
Mm.
And the ones who talked about structures they did not understand. They were seeing restricted areas and buildings that people thought that they couldn't go into. And they didn't understand the social classes or anything like that. because they had no such restrictions. And I'm going to grab a coat or a shirt. One moment, please. Oh, yeah, and the sustenance.
Welcome, Anita. So, do you guys want to talk a little bit about this session? I'm all open for your thoughts.
Like we watch each other. It's a very unique experience. Having new eyes looking at you and you looking at them. Well, eyes, metaphorically,
Yeah.
obviously.
But some of these new eyes stated that they have beings of their kind on Earth, meaning, let's say, insects,
Yes.
okay, that are like them in some good ways, and they're here, but they have a realm, or let's say a world somewhere in which they reign supreme.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps not just supreme, but also uh, the only consciousness that exists. Perhaps.
Well, I hope that was fun for you guys. And yeah, and the galactic roots being came in, or beings came in. That was a surprise.
Tell us about all of that.
And that was the Usol's higher self that came in at the end, that did the intermission.
I'd
Love
say.
the Christmas lights, Wanda.
As you can see, she has the ability of doing a few things.
Yeah, and welcome Zoe and George and Zoe and Anita. Grateful. Oh. There are more waiting, I believe.